I don't have time for my children. I don't have time for my family, my friends. I don't have even time for my dream destinations. I have a lot of time. I'm a DM. I'm a time master. I manage time very well. But mind you, there are people who are so busy, you give them some job, they will do it properly. You give something to the people who are not at all busy, they will end up in doing that nothing. Toastmaster of the day, DTM Cyprian Biscuit, Area Director, and my dear fellow Toastmasters. Leaders are born to excel. The time they start learning to become a leader, from where? Toastmasters International, where the leaders are made. From the time when they join club, Toastmasters Club, they start doing the necessary things to become a good leader, a good mentor, a good teacher, a good coach. What do? What do they actually try to do? They try to converse with ease. They do diffuse criticisms. They do negotiate in such a way they do not have any problem. They coach people where it is required, and they also make it a point to clarify any of the doubts of their followers, asserting so effectively. They make it a point, the people they follow them understand what do they really mean. Why do they so? They follow it, they do it so because they are so convinced about the values what they are following. They don't have any issues. They don't have any confusion on what their issues are. So what do? They look at a problem, they find out a solution, they suggest a solution, and then they give recommendations to solve the problem. So what is this leaders TV test? T here stands for testimony or the test. V stands for value. And then you see you have remaining test. Test is actually talk. Leaders talk. They speak up. They speak a lot of things and then they explain things. They make people understand. So T is for talk, E is for explain, and then S. S is for solutions. They give the solutions, suggestions, and then in the end, the T stands for they finish their discussions or the coaching in a time-bound manner. So this is what leaders they do. So I have a person over here with whom I am finding a problem where I want to talk to him. I want to address the problem what I am facing with him because leaders do attend the problem immediately. They need to tell to the point that what is the problem. So here I have a person. Let me invite Toastmaster Nizam Hanif.
Hi Saji, how are you?
I'm very fine. And how are you?
I'm very good.
All right. I'm so happy to see you here.
Me too, Saji.
All right. The reason why I have been trying to call you, you may please have a seat.
When you had called me?
In fact, I had called you in the morning, but you are not lifting the phone.
What time?
Around 11 o'clock.
Oh, sorry, I was in a meeting.
No, this is what the problem, most of the time I find you are not replying my call.
But
you are not attending my call.
But I am doing your job with professionally, Saji.
Okay. I know you are
Irrespective
doing...
of not attending the call, at last I am just doing your work, correct?
Okay, but then what I feel that when you don't attend my call, in fact, whatever I am supposed to ask you or call you, I'm not getting the result. In fact, last week I was calling you not to talk about any Toastmaster issues. I was calling you to find a ticket for my child.
Anyway, your child has reached safely, Oman.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
But then it is
very important when someone calls, you need to reply. At least you need to send a message that, okay, I'm a bit busy, I'll call back.
So if whenever I am not able to answer, I am disconnecting your call. It means I
You are not-
have seen your call, but I will get back to you soon.
Okay, but I would suggest, you see, when I am not getting your call back, I am not in a position to take a decision. So it is always better that you immediately send a message and call me back so that I can communicate what I want to
Okay,
communicate.
accept it. I will do it. I will do it next time. No problem. Don't worry about this.
Please. Otherwise, the thing is that we find it. This is not the first time. This is not the first time. When you communicate, I can tell. See, Nizam is a person. Nizam is a person I can depend on. Whenever I have any travel-related issues, I can call up. This is not only for Toastmasters meetings. I do see Toastmaster Nizam. So that way, I hope that you can improve
Sure.
your credibility.
Yes,
You see,
sure.
what the communication helps us. The communication helps us to improve our value. Isn't that so?
Yes, thank you very much. Just
Yeah.
pointing my weakness or
So I'm so happy that I was able to convince you or communicate with you the point. This has been going on from some time, and
I was just calling.
all right. Thank you. Okay. So this is what. So whenever you have a problem, address the problem. Tell that actually what happened. This was just a trial. In fact, I was having a big issue because my child wanted to travel from Mumbai to Muscat, and all the time, most of the time, I depend Nizam. Then he was not reachable. Then I was having doubt, what to do. So whenever we have a problem, we need to address the problem by talking to them immediately on what is the actual problem happened, so that we can try to find out a solution in a way that can solve the recurring problems in the future. So as a leader, as a coach, as a mentor, as a promising Toastmaster, I suggest every one of you to have a kind of communication with clarity, that whatsoever we are trying to talk to people, make it very clear, make it short, then the communication, the process of communication will be much better. What do you think about it? In your context, in your job context, what do you think? Is this a good step? That call up, communicate, and then asking for solution? What do you think, sir?
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yes,
Yeah, may I ask you, what's your name?
Pavitra.
Pavitran. Mr. Pavitran, do you have any comment on this particular point?
No, we need to respond.
Yeah, okay. Response is the first sign of responsibility. Yes. And Mr. Sunil, what do you think about it?
See, the communication is actually a two-way process. So there is always sending of a message and a feedback.
All right.
So only when the communication process is completed, that cycle is completed.
Fantastic. Yes. So we need to speak about the problem, and also we need to be very specific on what is the problem, and also we need to be very calm and pleasant. When we communicate the problem, we shouldn't be so with rage and all, with upsetting kind of a tone. We need to try to keep ourselves patient enough to make the other person comfortable. Otherwise, he may not like it, and we may lose the person. We may lose the friendship. Isn't that so? So, do you have any other question on this subject? What I have tried to speak to you, Mr. Sanjeev.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
No, I was actually taking your feedback, like your opinions, and I like your opinions saying the communication is the first solution to solving the problem.
Okay.
So I'm just taking it up and I'm just really liking it.
All right. Okay. So you like the idea,
Exactly.
and you feel that communicating about the problem
immediately
Yeah.
will help to resolve the issue, isn't it? And Mr. Elias, what do you think about it?
Sorry, I was a little bit
Engrossed in the evaluation. Yeah.
evaluation.
All right.
Sorry, could you please?
No, see, what we are trying to find out is, the importance of a consequence. The consequences could be negative or positive. Here what we are trying to find out, the positive consequences of a better communication, where once we address the problem that my supplier is not responding to the call. You see, when my customer, see, for me, I am his client. He is a person who is supplying the tickets to me.
Yeah.
So when, yeah,
It's very important that the customer should always work for the client's satisfaction.
yes,
That is the important thing.
Correct.
Whatever is in up to what level, you see, usually the suppliers are doing that
yeah,
to have a better relation between the supplier and the client.
okay,
To satisfy client is the ultimate goal for a supplier. And some kind of clients are having some special requirements, not
Okay.
like usual clients.
okay.
That also, in my personal opinion, these suppliers should fulfill.
Oh, I see.
Generally, they can perform.
What do you mean to say? What do you mean to say that the customer should be treated as a king?
Exactly.
Customer should be always right, and they should be responded with most of the maximum importance. All right. So now the only person who has to respond to the discussion is Toastmaster Rajshekharan. Toastmaster Rajshekharan, do you have anything to say about it?
Number one,
Yes.
person may be very busy.
Okay.
Sometimes when you give a distress call,
Okay.
they may not be able to receive.
Okay.
This happens sometimes in somebody's life.
All right.
In that case, you could send a text message
Okay.
to him that I am desperately looking for your help in getting a ticket.
Yeah. Okay.
So even then, if he is not responding,
Okay.
then better change your supplier.
Yeah, that's a very good suggestion. That's correct. Yeah, all right. Yeah, because that is also important. See, maybe we are badly in need of the supplier where he is not attending. So one option is to send a message. Maybe he is not in a position to attend the call, but maybe he is able to see the message and reply. That is also correct. What do you feel about this, Mr. Jibin?
See, as Sunil has said, that communication is a two-way process where
Correct.
so both people has to interact each other.
Okay.
And as he stated, very important, because when somebody is giving a call, you need to send a message back that if you're not picking up the phone or you have to send a message, say that I will give a call back to you. Okay. Second thing. Third thing is that important factor is concerned the relationship is based on the communication between each other.
Okay.
If once you are free, the other person is ready, he will give a call and talk to him and clear it off that thing. Otherwise, it will affect the relationship in the longer run.
All right. So we all what we understand as a matter of fact, the time is so important. Every leader, the person who wants to become a leader, who wants to have the desire to become a coach or a mentor, they should try to foster the capability of having good values, such as having a passion to speak to the people, address the problem, find out a solution, and then suggest a solution, and then to come back with a solution. So that will help the problem, to solve the problem, I mean to say. So with that, I hand over the podium to Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Before you go, let's